I need to address an ongoing situation that's been taking place in the old world. It all began last month when my Secret Santa provided me with confidential documentation stating that Plague Doctor was attempting to restore his hideous, snow-blocking glass shield. Honestly, I didn't give it much thought at the time. After all, Plague Doctor is always making threats against the old world. But not long after that, I happened to run into Plague and Zulu Ranger over in the capital. Normally, whenever I see Plague with anyone, it's cause for concern. But I was preoccupied with my work at the committee headquarters, and I let the incident go. It was around this time that I began to notice a camaraderie forming between Zulu and Rescuelin. In fact, the two would later team up to establish the Rescue Rangers, a group with the sole purpose of saving oldies from perilous situations. So I figured Zulu had managed to avoid Plague's brainwashing. In the middle of all of this, Greenhound reported that his recently acquired property, a mesa biome located behind the White House, had been dug into. In response to this, Plague Doctor said that he had been digging in the area 6 months ago. I then recalled a conversation from the previous month, where Plague had seemingly joked around about traveling through time. Now, I know what you're thinking. Plague's not smart enough to build a time machine. He didn't have to, because one already exists. Rescuelin had actually completed her TARDIS back in April, and I don't mean to alarm anybody, but I believe that Zulu gained the trust of Rescuelin in order to create a distraction so that Plague Doctor could steal the TARDIS. He then traveled back in time 6 months, arriving the night that a group of us were enjoying a friendly game of Ender Golf at the Old World Open. He then lived under Green's Mesa biome, all the while surviving solely off the rotten flesh that some unknown person had placed in his mailbox that same month, and waiting for his past self to construct the original glass shield. While in the past, he built alliances with some of the greatest criminal masterminds the old world has ever known. And together, they formed ANW. ANW. And when I returned home to the White House, my worst fear had been realized. And although this group claims that I'm their main target, their actions have already claimed the life of Chozo. And I know that Plague won't rest until he eradicates the old world from existence. But I wouldn't worry about it.